I'm Jess. I'm a fitness instructor and content creator sharing my love of athleisure wear, body inclusive fitness, and New York City. And this is Jess McKay Live, the podcast where I answer your questions about life, Lululemon, and love. Self-love. Let's get into it. Welcome back. This is episode 11, or the first episode of our second season after a little break. Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
It's good. This is actually a topic that we have discussed a lot in this episode.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about social media.
Social media.
Things that have changed during 2022. But you and I, for a while, had a sort of private podcast on a Patreon.
Yes. We tried Patreon for a hot sec, and, you know, it did not end up working out for us, but it was a good time.
Yeah, we just couldn't find the audience for that. But now this is like your whole personality in your YouTube channel and TikTok, and I feel like there's more people that would be interested in what you have to say about social media.
And social media has changed so much. Like, even if we listened back to those episodes, those were a year ago, and so much has changed in social media. And this year, like right around now, kind of marks the period of time where Ryan and I together have been doing this full-time content creation. We have made it our full-time gig. Before that, of course, if you didn't know this about us, we're musical theater actors. So pre-pandemic, we were always, looking for the next gig, always auditioning, always being in a show or looking for the next show. And then having part-time gigs on the side, like working as a Lululemon educator. But now with this, we have been able to make this our own job, and we actually now have our own registered business, which is really exciting as well. JK McKay, hey. And we also work for other companies, freelance, and stuff like that. So we love social media. It's a way for us to connect with people all over the world. And I think as well, social media has been really great for us since we moved away from home. We now don't live within an hour of our parents and our friends, and it's kind of a nice way to make connections with people, even if they're not in our city, and to be able to connect with our friends at home and family.
So the other reason that we wanted to do this now, the plan is to do another 10-episode run.
Yes, season 2.
So that'll take us into the new year. And we wanted to start with this one because this Friday, November 4th, we are going to be on a panel talking about social media. So this will be part of the Wear Wag Repeat Society. That is a membership that we are a part of for pet business, social media, online companies, petpreneurs. But if you wanted to join, we will have a link in the description that you can join and come and see that panel. And you could just come and stay for this month if you want to hear what we have to say about social media. Or if it speaks to you, then you can stick around. And Tori Mystic that runs it is really wonderful.
Yes, her background, she has lots of different backgrounds, but she's done everything. But specifically for this membership, she was a dog blogger. She first was a fashion blogger, but then dog blogger, and now is a coach for others who want to be a petpreneur, a pet entrepreneur. So she's really great.
So this is going to be, we're not holding anything back in this episode, but this will give you a taste of what it'll be like in that. And we'll be talking with a few other social media experts about this business in general.
Yes. And on that panel, we're specifically the TikTok experts.
Yes, even though we're talking about everything in this episode.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going to talk about it all today. Just a little life update since we last saw you here for the podcast. We went to Disney World. We, ended up getting sick, which is unfortunate, but, such is life. And then we are all better now. And what else has happened? We went to a wedding last weekend. So much fun. This was
another wedding coming up.
I know. It was one of my best friends from school. We were roommates, and she got married in Boston, just outside of Boston. It was on the ocean. It was nice. And
yeah, so it was the first time that I think Jess had been back since school.
Yeah.
And got to show me around as well. I love it. I really loved being there, actually. It was
Now
the,
Ryan has
the
a
vibes
dream.
were on point, I'll say.
Ryan has a dream now of owning a beach house.
Just outside of Boston.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Ryan's new dream. We always have dreams. You always have to keep dreaming, right? No matter what it is. And if it feels silly, make it a reality. It's not silly if it's real. So here we go. Other life updates. I don't know. The girls are doing well. They had their first time being babysat by someone else. And that was very exciting for us because they've always just been watched by our parents. So they stayed with our friend who also has an Italian Greyhound. And the three of them were all together for the weekend. And it was so cute.
And she went above and beyond and then had a ton of other people asking if she could watch their dogs.
I know. I think she might just have to start a dog watching business.
Yeah.
Dog babysitting, dog sitting.
We have also decided that we are going to stay in this apartment for another year.
Yes, and we're going to do a whole episode about this. So if you have any questions about living in New York City, what it means to get an apartment in New York City, and what it means to live in a tiny space. I feel like because I've been thinking about this so much, one, all of my Instagram story ads have been furniture. All of my YouTube suggestions have been how to live in a small studio apartment in New York City. So I've been absorbing a lot of content and a lot of advertising. So I think that we should actually share with you our experience with living in New York City and why we're staying in our apartment for another year at least, and where we might go beyond that and what it would take for us to move on to another place. So that's a big question a lot of people have. I have talked about how we moved to New York City and why we love New York City, but we haven't talked as much about the logistics of actually getting an apartment and how we need to arrange the apartment that works for us. So I'm excited about that episode. It will be coming up. Let us know if you've got any questions in the comments.
Yeah, and we can do that once we have done some rearranging.
Right.
And probably not,
Yes.
probably won't be in its final state at that point, but we have furniture coming. We have some storage things coming. We're also for the first time going to get rid of some things that we got when we first moved in, which is going to be difficult to say, like,
Right.
This doesn't work for me anymore. I feel like that. It feels like admitting defeat, but it's not. It's like making the right decision for you now.
Right. And I feel like a lot of the time we have been moving in a hurry. So we feel really guilty because we have to leave something on, the side of the road saying free, pick it up. Like, I hate to throw things away, especially if it's just not working for us anymore. It doesn't mean it's not good. So now that we're not actually moving in a hurry, if we have like a whole year to think about this, we can sell our furniture or we can donate our furniture and we don't have to feel guilty that we're throwing it out. We can actually give it a good home and not feel like, okay, leave it all on the stoop and we're out of here. Because I feel like that's been our life for the last few years. We've been having to move pretty quickly. And while we do have a lot of furniture at my parents' house in the basement where we set up our second apartment, basically, I think it'll be nice to have the luxury of time and, give furniture a good home because there's lots of people in New York who are going to be looking for furniture as well. So, yeah.
So that is the update about us.
Life update.
Should we get into the topic of the episode?
Yes, except I have one thing to say.
Yes.
Yesterday, there was a huge drop at Lululemon.
Yes.
And there were so many items. I actually just posted last night on YouTube. Ryan edited it really quick. And we just posted my TikToks because honestly, there were so many items that dropped, lots of things for winter, and I'm going to be having a gift guide coming up soon this month. So stay tuned. I ordered some items that are going to be revealed for this gift guide, and I'll be talking about my favorite staple items that I think you should buy for the holidays if you're giving a gift or if you're receiving a gift, what to put on your wish lists. So that's exciting. That's coming up. And we have, I guess, been slacking on our Lululemon Spotlight on TikTok. There have been a lot of things going on, but today's Lululemon Spotlight for this episode is the Loungeful Straight Leg Pant. If you are someone who likes a cozy jogger or a cozy sweat pant, this is 100% my recommendation. I wore this pant in, I believe, white opal, and I wore it for my video that I did, the Meghan Trainor trend. It was a Brookie and Jessie dance, and I wore my Sonic Pink Scuba and these white opal Loungeful straight leg pant, and I got so many questions about it, and I actually linked it in my bio because they're just really great pants. They're way softer than the scuba joggers. And these ones are pants, but there's also a loungeful jogger. Yesterday, a couple dropped with like the graphic on the thigh, which is really cute too. But I think that these are like the perfect sweatpant, and I wouldn't change anything about them. So if you're looking for a classic sweatpant for the holidays before we even get to a gift guide, check them out. And that's my spotlight for today. Okay, now we can talk about social media.
So I think there's been a lot of news recently.
Yes.
That is a good place to start.
I love it.
So YouTube is doing a lot with shorts recently.
Yes.
So I even had one time I opened up the YouTube app, and this has never happened again. So maybe I clicked something, but I'm pretty sure that I opened up the app and it went directly to the shorts feed.
Whoa.
And
hey, maybe they were experimenting or something.
Yeah, maybe they're trying things, and if not, they are making it super easy for you to watch shorts.
Yes.
They make it one of the first recommendations on the homepage. There is a full tab dedicated to it. When you click the create button in the YouTube app, the first option is create a short.
Absolutely.
So they are doing a lot to get people to watch it and get people to make it, including it in the partner program.
Yes. So my question before we even get into that news, my question in this discussion, since this is on YouTube, this is a video podcast on YouTube, we're starting with YouTube first. My question is, do we think that YouTube is wanting us to create shorts that are not just reposted TikToks? Because there was also, again, in the news, an article about how Instagram is horribly failing at getting people's attention and getting people to post reels and watch reels. Like reels watch time is way tank down compared to TikTok's watch time. So I'm wondering if YouTube is actually wanting people to create like original content through the YouTube Shorts functions on the phone, on the app, or if they're just happy to take reposted TikToks, because Instagram, in that article, they also talked about, it was like information leaked from Instagram that like, I'm forgetting the percentage, but 30% of TikToks or 30% of reels are reposted TikToks with an actual watermark still on it. So that's just my question. Like, I wonder if YouTube is wanting people to make original shorts, or if they're just happy enough to at least just get in on that TikTok hype. And I will say this as well, because now YouTube is absolutely pushing shorts. They just created a way for you to turn your long form videos into shorts. And it was promoted. I got an email about it from YouTube creators. It was promoted, and Ryan Trahan, who we love on YouTube, he made a short that I'm pretty sure was made through this process because they shared it. They shared him as a creator. So
I think they will want you to do that. I don't know if they want you to do it right now. And I say that because they seem to be working on the editor.
Yes, I actually was experimenting with that.
A lot,
I was able to record a voiceover.
Yeah, that's a new feature they've added, right?
Well, I just never really used the YouTube Shorts editor before, but I do think there's more features than when I first started posting shorts. Mm-hmm. And if you've noticed here, I've really been leaning into shorts. And this is because, again, it always shocks me and surprises me that people find me on YouTube first. I think that a lot of people that follow me on TikTok head over to my YouTube and let me know in the comments if you found me on YouTube first or if you found me on TikTok first. But I feel like a lot of people come out of the woodwork and say, hey, I actually found you on YouTube first. And then they head over to my TikTok. So I think it's so cool that you can go to different platforms for different reasons. And if you found me on YouTube first, I love that. And I want to share my TikToks with my YouTube audience in case there's something you're missing, because I understand not every platform is going to be everyone's favorite. So if you are not someone who really enjoys an immersive feed with TikTok videos of people that you don't know, and it's always a surprise, I totally understand that's not everyone's favorite thing. Now, for me personally, I love it. That's why we love TikTok. But everyone's got different taste. So maybe your preference is to watch YouTube shorts of your favorite creator that are really just TikToks posted there. So whatever your preference is, I'm going to be leaning into shorts more on YouTube. So again, let me know your thoughts about that. I'm curious. And this is all because of the news that Ryan is going to tell us about for 2023. YouTube announced.
Yes, I was just going to say YouTube does need to figure out how they're going to show off regular videos versus shorts.
Yes.
Because if you go to the subscription feed on the computer, it looks bad. Because
yes.
it is like every other video is a short and they are not well designed because people don't make thumbnails for them. So it just kind of makes it look ugly. But then on the phone, they're doing a lot more to show you shorts that you could watch, but then find like it's not an intrusive way of like just putting it like a regular video. They did that for a while in the app, but then they pulled it out into this sort of sideways scrolling tab.
True. It looks like they're just experimenting a lot.
Oh, for sure.
They're really trying to figure it out. I'm going to say the irony of this as well. I am also live streaming this on TikTok right now. That's why this is Jess McKay Live. And I have two lovely, lovely subscribers and followers here, Lauren and Melissa, who found me on YouTube first. And yet they're here on my TikTok Live. So I think it's a cool way to get discovered by new people and to share your content with new people. Another thing about YouTube Shorts that I think YouTube is really leaning into shorts for, they have now turned everyone's YouTube channel into a handle.
That you can tag.
Brand new, like last week. And you can tag. So I posted my Meghan Trainor video of me dancing, you and me dancing. And I tagged the creators of the dance, the choreographers. So I tagged them and it popped up as a handle. And I thought, oh my God, this is so cool. Just by habit, I was like, oh, let me tag them. Wait a minute, I can tag them. So I think that's a really cool feature. I wonder as well if YouTube, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe they already have this, but I wonder if YouTube wants us to create shorts within the app, within their platform, then are they going to introduce things like duets and stitches, like TikTok has? Collaborative things.
They do.
They do. Tell me about it.
So when you're on, let me actually just pull up my phone right now and look at it, that when you're on a YouTube video, it shows the remix button, which is like how to
Actually, I think someone's done this with one of my videos.
Oh.
But I couldn't find it. It said like views from remix or something.
Oh, interesting.
But I couldn't find it. It was the video of me, the Ariana Grande audio, where she says that she wants to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
And me with my roasted brown scuba in the Lululemon, Queen Street.
Yeah.
That video, I think someone maybe remixed it, but I couldn't see it. But it said something like that.
So
anyways,
there's three options here. You can
me.
use the sound. You can cut a segment of the video, which I think would be like a stitch. Or you can do green screen and use this video as a background.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay.
So
they
do
have done
ways.
that.
And that is, again, how far up, like in the list of things to do they put the shorts thing? And right now they're putting it at the top. You can like a video, you can share it, or you can remix it.
And that same thing is what we've seen from Instagram, that they push Reels to the top.
Yep.
They made the Reels tab where the old like create button would have been.
Yep.
Which is crazy to think about. But anyways, the news from YouTube, we're getting to it. Back around. YouTube, what's new?
In 2023, they are going to be incorporating shorts into the partner program, which is their revenue sharing model where they split it. I think it's either 50-50 or 45 for YouTube, 55 for the creator. It's going to be slightly different for shorts because they are going to be giving a portion of it to the music copyright holders.
We listened to It's a YouTube video from Hank Green of Hank Green explaining this. And if you don't follow him, he's everywhere and he's amazing. So definitely watch that video from Hank Green talking about this revenue sharing that Ryan is talking about, but it is going to be different for YouTube Shorts than it is for their long form.
So basically, the record labels and the copyright holders get their share, and then afterwards, YouTube will be splitting with the content creators, and the share that the record labels get will be based on how much music was used, but then that means that you are not personally penalized for using music in your video like you are with regular YouTube videos now.
Yes.
So if you use any copyrighted music in your video, your regular YouTube video, that whole video is, they call it demonetized, or ineligible for monetization, I guess. Demonetized, I think, is like when it's offensive content and not appropriate. And the copyright holder of the music gets all of the revenue from the ads on that video.
So then opposite to that, you won't be penalized for using music, but you also won't be rewarded for not using music. So for me personally, I have made a huge shift, and like I don't think I've ever said this to anyone publicly, so here it is. I'm putting it down in the universe. But I have made a personal shift on my TikTok to not use audios for content that I am making and have the hope potentially of posting elsewhere in the future. So when I'm thinking of my YouTube Shorts, and again, maybe I'm going to change this once, the new rules come in. But I have been creating content. If you think about my new release Tuesdays, I didn't put music behind those, and I have not done that in months because I have been repurposing it on YouTube and want to have the chance of monetizing it. So if I had music behind it, then I wouldn't have the chance to do that as the rules are right now. And I just wanted to give myself that opportunity and be able to add music if I want to natively add it as a reel on Instagram. I could add music behind it then. But having the original content for myself just gives me the ability to do that. The other thing is that sometimes on TikTok, where that's my main channel, like that's my main app. So I create from TikTok first. No matter where I'm going, I make from TikTok first for short form video. Long form video, of course, that's being made for YouTube specifically. If you're following me on YouTube, you're going to see that. But for TikToks, I also take out the music. I don't use music anymore because I have seen this happen in the past where TikTok will remove a sound from the library or someone's sound gets taken away. So if you do a trending audio, it's someone's voice or something, and that creator gets it removed, then you lose your audio on your video. And then if I ever want to repurpose it in the future and I go back like, oh, where was that video where I talked about the Loungeful high-rise jogger back in April when I got it? Oh, I can't use it anymore. It's got the little sound removed.
Right. So it doesn't only remove the background audio, it removes you talking over it. It is Absolutely. Now a silent video.
And so many of my videos are not just visual, they are me speaking, like a green screen and things like that. So as a like self-protection thing for me, I like to not use music for that reason. The other thing is that a lot of the apps in the last few months, in the last year, have continuously talked about wanting to push original content. And I don't know exactly if I agree that that's what's happening. Because I've always done original content. I have always done me talking to the camera or like just me doing my own thing. And ever since I started with specifically Lululemon content, I've been talking to the camera. Here are 5 reasons why the Align pant is right for you or not right for you. My first viral video was about that. Is it worth the money? Is it, me talking to the camera? So again, that's just one little habit and new technique I've been using to not use music. Now, does this hurt me sometimes? Maybe, because using a viral sound might help to get your video pushed in the algorithm. But to me, in the long run, that doesn't matter to me. Yes, I want my videos to do well, but if I actually get to own my content and have it, and I film it outside of the app and I have it already saved there, I can repost it anytime. That is also a huge win for me. I want to have my own videos and I don't want me to post it and have a platform take it down and it's gone forever.
Right. So you're not opposed to using trending sounds, but only for like trend type videos.
Right. Yeah.
And not just adding that on to your explainer videos.
Right. When I do original explainer videos, like Ryan just said, if I do videos like that, I don't want to kind of taint it with music unless I don't mind and I'm not going to reuse it. But I just don't want to lose it. That's my biggest thing. Yeah. Anyways, YouTube monetization shorts, they're moving towards it. And in 2023, that's going to happen. The YouTube partner program right now, as it is, you can only join it by making long form videos, and you have to get 4,000 watch hours and you have to get 1,000 subscribers. For me personally, I joined the partner program when I reached my goal with subscribers and watch time. But when I first started, my subscriber count was climbing higher and faster than my watch time hours were. So for me, for YouTube, I started to realize I needed to make longer videos because I was not getting enough watch time. And it was taking a lot of effort for us to even make like a 10-minute video. When I started making videos that were maybe 20 minutes long, we even made one that was like an hour of my full collection. That's when I realized, oh, wow, look at my watch time hours. They're going up, 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 up. And I felt like it was not going to happen if I continued to make shorter videos. YouTube now is going to be pushing shorts, and they have new requirements. So instead of it being watch time hours, if you wanted to make an entirely shorts focused channel on YouTube, in 2023, they're going to allow you to join the partner program with just subscriber count, still 1,000. And instead of watch time hours, the requirement would be views.
I think it was like 10 million.
10 million. Yeah. So if you get 10 million views and 1,000 subscribers, you could have an entirely shorts dedicated YouTube channel.
The watch time option is still there.
Oh, yes.
For long videos, but they're adding this for shorts.
Right. And if you want to do both, then that's a great way to sort of beef up your YouTube channel if you want to add shorts to it to sort of get you an option, whether you wanted to do long form with the hours or you wanted to do views with your shorts. But I think this is a huge step for YouTube to attract TikTok creators to their app, because a lot of TikTok creators have millions of followers. And I mean, a lot of TikTok creators have millions of followers and they're not really that engaged. They're okay. Or they have a crazy, crazy fan base that would follow them anywhere. So if those people make their way to YouTube, those TikTok creators might find a way to monetize that is more fruitful than TikTok's Creator Fund, which has been, by many experts, many people in this field, in this industry, has been claimed to be a big flop. The Creator Fund is not giving enough money.
Should we talk about things happening on TikTok?
I guess TikTok would be the next way to go, but any final thoughts about YouTube?
I'm excited to see where it goes with you. We haven't looked at like what your views come out to and what you might earn.
Right. Yes. Again, like I've just been starting to post on YouTube Shorts in the last month or so, last 2 months maybe. But also news, I am going to be posting the next 3 months a YouTube Short as one of my sponsored Lululemon posts. So stay tuned on that. If you want to keep an eye on my shorts feed, you will be seeing a dedicated Lululemon sponsored post. And this month's is going to be a gift guide. So stay tuned. YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Woo.
So some people talk about YouTube ad revenue as a significant part of their business.
Oh, yes.
So Colin and Zamir have talked about this. It's like 30 to 40% of their and a lot of YouTubers' total income. For us, it's more like 1%. Like it's not a significant amount, but who knows with the shorts, that's to me, that's where you thrive.
Oh, absolutely.
The long form is like an extension of that, but I feel like you've really perfected short form. So if you continue to work on that, and if they continue to push it, then it might be a great thing for us.
Absolutely. And also, if you're looking for a recommendation, if you are someone who is an aspiring creator, Colin and Samir, they have a podcast, they have a YouTube channel. They just hit 1 million subscribers not too long ago, and they're fantastic. They actually literally partner with YouTube for certain things. So they are awesome. We love them. Listen to them for their creator support tips. They've also got Publish Press, their newsletter, which we also subscribe to. So they're awesome. I also wanted to note here on my TikTok live, we've got a comment about YouTube. And this is kind of like a user behavior thing. How do you watch YouTube? So in the chat here, we're talking about how some people love to watch YouTube on their TV because it feels like TV. And again, it's landscape filmed for the most part. And I agree. I like to watch YouTube on TV. So we will just cast it to the television and it's really easy to watch. And if someone's got a 20-minute long video, I feel like I'm really immersed in it and I'm not just going to keep scrolling and looking for the next video. If it's only like a 5-minute video, I'll still watch it, but I will be looking for the next thing. What's the next suggestion that YouTube gives to me? What's your opinion, Ryan? Like, what's the best way to watch YouTube, or what's your favorite way?
So I watch most YouTube on my phone because I'm usually watching videos that only interest me, like that we wouldn't watch together.
Right.
Car reviews and woodworking and tech suggestion, top 10 tech videos. And no. So it is fun when we have YouTube videos that we can watch together of people that we enjoy, people in New York City, people that talk about YouTube and things that we're interested in. I will say we recently watched a YouTube video from a friend of ours, the corporate creator on YouTube.
Yes.
Tay. And her YouTube videos, we watched them on her account.
Yep.
Which then means when the video finishes, it auto plays to the next video that she has uploaded.
Yes.
And when that is a YouTube short, then it just plays.
Yep.
Plays through once, skips to the next video.
Yes. And that is an issue, YouTube, you need to figure out, because I love her shorts and I love her long videos. When her shorts play with like no pause in between or no option, it is harder to absorb it.
And no looping as well. So many videos are
why
made
doesn't it
to loop. Yeah.
Because it's true. It was like boop, boop, boop. And I felt like I was like missing something in a meeting. I was like, wait, what? What are we talking about now?
Slow down.
Yeah. I want to watch that video again. So it is interesting. And I mean, a tactic that a lot of short form content creators use involves the looping, like
writing
a technique,
more text that you could read in one viewing.
It's a strategy.
If it's short enough. Yeah.
And I know that's like a hack kind of strategy to put more text and have a short audio, but it also, I think, is used as a strategy, not in a hacky kind of way, just to like have your video replay, because someone might, for example, I had a meditation video I did on TikTok, I've done it a few times, like a style of TikTok where I ask you to breathe with me and we count the breath and you look at the screen and you watch it. And the purpose of that TikTok is so that you could like replay it 10 times. If you wanted to do like a 10-minute long meditation, you could just watch it 10 times. And that's a strategy, not to like hack the system and get tons of views. It's a strategy because I don't want to put a 10-minute long TikTok when I could make it a 1-minute long TikTok. And if it doesn't interest someone, they scroll by. And if it does, then they could play it a bunch of times. So I think that there's a way to do it that is not just like a hack. But if YouTube's not going to have this loop and they're going to just show you the next one, then yeah, question mark. What are they doing?
Right. It feels like, should they even be showing shorts on the TV?
Right. Should it not be on TV? It does feel kind of weird.
Yeah, I know that there are, like, the fact that there's the TikTok website where you can watch there. Yeah. But on the TV, there's much less stuff on it.
Yeah.
Right? You're not like interacting and commenting. You're not going to like type out with your remote a comment on a video.
Yeah.
Like there's no extra value that you can get from watching it on a phone or a computer where you
Absolutely.
can engage with that content.
It's like the culture is different.
Yeah.
It's TV versus, videos on your phone, short form content on your phone. So anyways, YouTube's figuring things out. We're not mad at you, YouTube. It's okay. But with all of that, I have really been enjoying YouTube and really been consuming a lot more YouTube recently and getting inspired by YouTube. So since the last time we spoke about social media on this podcast, I think I really have done a little more homework on YouTube, and I continue to do that and hope to continue to do that because I am really enjoying it. And for anyone who followed me or subscribed to me first on YouTube, thanks for being here. And if you're here from TikTok, thanks for also being here. You're probably not here from Instagram, but that's okay. We'll get to Instagram later. TikTok. What's new in the world of TikTok? And since the last time we talked about social media, TikTok is still my main channel. TikTok's my main squeeze, other than Ryan, obviously. And the dogs. But TikTok, I think, just continues to lean into what they're good at, short form video. They increased the videos to 10 minutes long, but I do not see 10-minute long videos on TikTok. Like I said, when people say, oh, TikTok and Instagram, they all want original content. I mean, I still have lots of short videos that do really, really well. And I continue to do my own original content because that's what I want to do. I don't really feel like I'm being forced or pressured by what experts are saying you should do. I think whatever your content is, however you want to tell your story, some people's accounts lend themselves to minute-long videos, 2-minute longs, 3-minute longs, and some lend themselves to 15 seconds or less. So, I just feel like everything's going well. TikTok's fun. Views have been different, I will say. The last time that we would have done this, I feel like views were still pretty consistently showing up. The views, I don't want to say high because that's all relative. Whatever size account you have, however many followers you have, it may or may not dictate how many views you get. I feel like sometimes the views that someone with 1 million subscribers or TikTok followers has is not the same, like could have similar views to someone who's got 50K. Engagement doesn't matter. I mean, engagement matters. Follower count doesn't.
Right. Feels like it's been a problem for a little while now.
Yeah.
Of how recently did you get your following?
Right. If you got your following in 2020, some of those people might not be on the app anymore. Some of them might not have continued because the world has changed a lot. 2020, big influx of people using the app. People are still signing up every day. Like TikTok is still growing and like usership is growing, but doesn't mean that your audience necessarily is still engaged. So anyways, I don't think that's the issue of what we're having. I just overall have seen views across the board have not been as explosive. Let's say that. Anyways, TikTok, what's new? TikTok live subscription.
I know.
I'm trying
to. The TikTok live subscription is the only thing we have written down.
Right.
So, I'm not sure. I feel like we have continued to do a lot of the same stuff.
Yep. We did our Dress Like Jess round 2. We did Content Sparks, which was really fun. I feel like the Content Sparks worked really well for me. I don't know how many people really enjoyed doing it themselves, and that's fine. Like I honestly did it as an experiment. Like, let's see if we could do this. And I stuck to it every day. But yeah, I don't know.
Right. It feels like Content Sparks would have worked better if your account was about inspiring people
content
to make their own stuff. Like if you were a content coach. Yeah.
Right. But then again, this channel is about Lululemon reviews and we're doing a podcast about social media. So
right.
Same kind of thing. We're doing the same thing here. But for those of you who are interested, let me know if there's any way an activity like that, like Content Sparks, would better suit you. if you would want it, not on a different channel because we've already got enough channels, but I don't know if there's another sort of like community-based activity we could do together that I could organize that would help inspire you to post if that's your goal. Yeah.
But the live subscriptions
Yes.
is a new and exciting thing.
We've got a new and exciting thing. TikTok live subscriptions. What the heck is it? Ryan?
So it's a function of TikTok that basically only lives in the live that you do.
Which is also a struggle, but yes.
That there are other subscriptions that you can have that offer something within the main content or add bonus content. That's, I think, Instagram's thing. Is their subscription is that you can make bonus subscriber only videos. But for TikTok, it is a live subscription. So it is much closer to Twitch.
Yes.
The biggest thing for Twitch is if you are a subscriber to someone, then you don't see ads on their video.
Right.
But for TikTok, you don't have ads within a live. So what they've done is they give you, the creator, a bunch of other tools to be able to give bonuses to people. So you have the emotes that people are loving. So these are little kind of stickers that people can comment with. They also have a badge on their name. It's like a 4-letter badge. For Jess, she put best for bestie.
Yeah.
And what else is there? Oh, Jess can do a subscriber only chat live. So everyone can watch, but subscribers are the only ones that can comment.
And then a new addition, I have a new toggle button. I can actually do a subscriber only live. So it won't be a public live. It will only go to the people who are subscribing to me. Now, I actually just got a comment here on my TikTok live that Lauren here wishes there was an option to watch TikTok lives afterwards in case you miss them. Funny enough that you say that, Lauren, because I actually started this podcast for that very reason. So Ryan said earlier, TikTok, like that's your, like you're a TikTok expert. Like that's your thing, Jess. That's really your, bread and butter. Mm-hmm. And I totally agree. But I also disagree if you were to say that I am a short form content only creator, and not only creator, like short form content first, because my TikTok lives are like one of my favorite things about that app in general. Like I love TikTok so much because I can create all this short form content. I can create small snippets. I can create longer, like 1 minute to 3 minute long videos. I don't usually go over 5 minutes. But maybe if it's a long unboxing, I might. But I can make these smaller videos and then go live and actually talk to real people. And this is something that I don't feel like a lot of my friends do as much. But I really love connecting on TikTok Live because if you pop up in the chat and you have something to say, I try my very best to remember who you are, to remember your handle and what happened. Like I will remember things about your day. If you said to me like, oh no, I spilled butter all over my scuba. Like I try my best to remember, okay, that was this person's handle. They spilled butter on their scuba. You know what? I spilled butter on my scuba. We're here together and we can relate to that. You don't get that kind of live feedback unless you're live. Sure, you can comment or you can DM someone or you can have like meaningful conversations. I'm not saying that that can't happen, but unless you're live, like you don't get that feedback right away. And then you don't get to answer their question that might be based off of another question you had, and then someone else in the chat said something. It just really feels like my chance to meet you. And that is something as well on YouTube that I don't get. And I feel like I'm speaking to the camera right now and you're watching this or you're listening to this on Spotify and I can talk to you and tell you my thoughts, but I have no idea what you're thinking in the moment. And I don't know if I would want to go live on YouTube because I don't know if, again, like user behavior, I don't know if my subscribers are gonna want to watch a live on YouTube? Like, that's a question for me too. But I know my TikTok audience, they want to see me live because we can chit chat. They can get real life answers. I can look over here to my live and someone's got a question and I can put it in the podcast right now. And I feel like TikTok for me, the long form aspect to it is sometimes we live stream for hours. And it's so fun and I love it. And that's where it's really like Twitch, because I feel like I can say like, hey guys, let's go live for 3 hours and I'll organize my Lululemon closet. Like, how fun is that? And we can just chit chat and we'll order sushi. We eat sushi on the live and I just get to be myself and we just get to hang out. And it doesn't have to be some big production. It doesn't have to be some like organized thing, but it can be if you want to. Like, that's the beauty of it. It can be anything you want. And I feel like my TikToks all are meant to be there to complement my lives and vice versa. My lives complement what I posted complements the lives. Sometimes we record my TikToks live. We'll record on another device. A TikTok example, how we cut open a Lululemon bag for my Halloween costume and put it on my head, and we recorded me dancing and we recorded me doing trends with this bag on my head for a costume. How fun was that? Spontaneous, creative. I love doing that. So anyways, I love TikTok and I don't think of it as just a short form content app because of TikTok Live.
Yes.
How's it going, Ryan?
It's good. I think when I said that you are short form first,
Yeah.
I think that is saying that you have those skills
Yeah.
of creating short form that not a lot of people do, not everyone does.
Yeah.
And I think it was a thing we heard on Colin and Samir, actually. They talked about having a way to pull people in,
Yes.
to engage with them or them be able to engage with you even if they don't have a lot of time, but then have a way that they can get to know you, whether that's through posting a long video every day like Casey Neistat did for years,
Yeah.
or it's going live on Twitch or YouTube or TikTok so that people can interact with you and get to know you there as well. So I'm just glad that you have the short form skills, because I feel like on YouTube, like going live and making YouTube videos are not as different as short form and long form on YouTube and short form and going live on TikTok.
I was just going to say, I feel like it's more different to post a long form YouTube video than it is to go live. I feel like my lives are closer to what my TikToks are because there's this like informality about them.
Interesting.
Whereas YouTube, a long form video on YouTube is so much of a production in my brain, and not because I have a huge production value for mine, but YouTube in general, like we said, you're putting it up on the TV and you enjoy watching it on TV. It should be something that's TV worthy. And like I said too, I sit down to a YouTube video hoping it's 20 minutes so that I can enjoy an episode of TV. Whereas I'm going to TikTok and I'm watching short form videos, but then if my short form video creator is also live, I get to like get them in their informality, like get them in their most relaxed state. They're never on TikTok live doing something super, super formal and production and whatever. It's just how they are in their short videos.
Right. So then maybe that's why the short form and the live go so well together for you, because it's not about the structure.
Yes.
It's about your mood and demeanor in both of those.
Yeah, maybe that's it. And that's why I love it so much, because I can just be me. Whereas like this podcast, it's not a huge production either, but it is going to go up on YouTube. And to me, there's something about it that seems different. And I'm having to wear a bunch of different hats at once. But there's something about having to have this live on the internet and not get that instant feedback. It's different. It feels very different.
Cool. Well, I'm glad we got to that point
in
this little discussion here.
Anyways, yeah, I love TikTok. I love TikTok Live. And this new subscription is really fun for me because it helps me to get even closer to my subscribers, because if they want to take the time and support me in a, another way to help me to monetize my account, it's so awesome because then we can do special perks for them. So the biggest perk is that we do sub Sundays, and this is only our third week doing it, but I'm so excited about this because now every time we choose my outfits for the week together based on something, and then all of my content throughout the week, my subs will know like, oh, Jess is wearing Country Time Lemonade today because that's the theme of the day that we chose on Sunday. And the last week we ordered like drinks every morning, coffee or tea, and that inspired my outfits. So every time I posted an outfit of the day, my subs knew we chose that on the weekend. So it's things like that that are really fun for me because I get to think of my subs during the week and they can, be like, hey, I picked that. It's kind of fun. Anyway, so TikTok, I love it. The subscription thing I think is really cool. I don't know where it's going to go, if there's going to be more features, but we already are seeing more because the sub only live does exist now. And previously it was only sub only chat. So now that's a new feature that's available. So excited. Don't know how to utilize it yet, but something I want as an improvement for TikTok live subscription in particular, I want a group chat. I want to be able to chat with everyone because I have DMs. I've added everyone, but I have no way of sending out a mass message to my subscribers. And maybe that means we've got to make them a group on my text list. Like maybe I do that. Because I wish I could just do that. And instead I've got to DM everyone individually like, hey, I'm going to go live soon. But also like, what if I want to poll them? What if I want to ask them questions? I can only do it on the live. Like that feels limiting. Wish there is a page for the subscription, but I feel very limited. There's just a note I can leave for people. There's no poll. There's no, I want to get information from everyone like the community tab on YouTube, which we didn't talk about, but I want a community tab for TikTok live subscription.
There we go.
That's my request. Boom. Okay.
So we have talked peripherally about Instagram.
Yes.
Should we talk about it specifically?
Yes.
We have here a note about the glitch that happened recently where people were locked out of their accounts.
Yes. And I hate that it's even called a glitch because it just feels like a huge failure on Instagram, Facebook, Meta, whatever. Instagram basically accidentally removed a ton of people. Some people couldn't find their accounts. Some people couldn't log into their accounts. I would look up someone's account and their face would be there, their name would be there, but no content. It's like no posts yet. And that resulted in everyone noticing a huge drop in their own personal following.
Right. I thought it was interesting because it's like the only thing that we can see is the results of this, which is following going down because all the people who lost followers are able to comment. The people who lost their accounts are not able to comment at all. So like we weren't able to hear from those people.
I know. I messaged a friend and I was like, hey, did you see my post? Like all these things are down. She's like, no, I can't log in. Oh my God, of course.
I feel like that's really bad as well when it's just accounts gone on Instagram because it feels like, oh, they're deleting your photo album. They're deleting your memories.
My memories.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting and there's no guarantee it's coming back.
Feels different to me. And maybe it would, like to younger people that started on TikTok would feel the same if they lost their TikTok. They're like, oh, I made videos when I went to Disney World and now those are gone.
Yeah.
But to me, it feels like, oh, you're deleting my personal things. Archive, yeah.
Absolutely. No, totally.
So that feels
it's emotional.
Really bad. It makes me want to go download everything off of my Instagram.
I know. Well, that's how I feel about TikToks too, with the removing of the sound. Then, I want to make sure I've got a copy of it on my own or on my YouTube or something like that, where it can live longer. YouTube does have a longer lifespan for content anyway. So I kind of do feel nice when I put stuff up on YouTube. But anyways, absolutely agree. And I think Instagram has fixed it. They did within the day, but it's just another case of Instagram failing people. I feel like Instagram in the last few months has been so much pushing new features. And then there was a huge backlash and there was a creator who made a meme and then the Kardashians shared it and then it exploded, of course. And it was basically saying like, this is a photo app. We don't want to do video first. And I think since then, slowly we've been seeing Instagram take a little step back from all the new things they added. Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, was like on our feed every day saying, here's a new thing, here's a new feature, here's a new feature. Getting into NFTs, getting into like all these things. I'm like, you have no business doing this. Just stop. Calm down, Instagram. You're doing too much. You need to take a step back and breathe. Because I think that Instagram is just so nervous. They're losing relevance. They're throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. But I think by doing that, they're alienating their audience that loves them. There are people who are Instagram first. And I'm not condemning anyone who is Instagram first because we started on Instagram as well. And I think that having all of these new updates, it's a struggle to keep up. And a lot of people use Instagram for business. And it's just really stressful. So for me personally, the biggest things on Instagram, I've been trying to post more reels, classic. And I will get a lot of views randomly on some videos. And I don't really find any new followers from it. It's just views. It's not too much of a growth of community. I feel like I don't have community on Instagram. And we found a community when we first started with Iggy Adelaide. That's where we grew our Instagram for the first time, taking it very seriously. But I even find that might be a case of, does everyone still follow us and engage? Because we grew in the pandemic. So I don't know. It's just interesting thoughts. Other updates with Instagram, subscriptions. They have subscriptions too, but their subscriptions are different than TikTok Live subscription. Because their subscriptions are, again, a way for people to monetize their Instagram accounts, but it's more based on like exclusive content. Theirs is really focused on what you can add for your consumers, what you can add for your followers, that the people who subscribe to you will be paying for extra secret content, whether it's behind the scenes, whether it's just extra content. But at that point, for me, I wonder, like, why don't you just create a course that they could buy and then you can profit from it and not Instagram taking a cut? You know what I mean? For me personally, I can't do anything to change. Like, I can't profit off of my TikTok lives in that way. Like, I couldn't just do it on my own. I can't go into TikTok and give you a little badge and give you emotes and give you private functions that you can do a subscriber only live. I would have to take you off the app to do that. We would have to get a Patreon. We'd have to do that. And I'm not opposed to doing that, but I just think that that's a barrier to getting people to all congregate in the same place. I think we all like to hang out together in the same space. And by pulling you off of that app just to, you know, try and monetize it, I just feel like we would lose the fun factor. It wouldn't be as fun. And that's how I feel about Instagram with this subscription. It's all about exclusive content. At that point, if it's just exclusive content and it's not like alive, well then can't you just make like a course or make a Patreon and that feels the same? I don't know.
Right.
Maybe
if it's
people would
content,
argue not.
It's not a bonus to people. It's something completely separate.
Yes.
So
Yes.
why not do it somewhere else?
Exactly. And then you can make more, you know, profit from it if you're doing it as a business. Because like I said, a lot of people are using Instagram as well, business first. It's just interesting. And I'm seeing businesses use the subscription on Instagram. It says, this person's turned on subscriptions. I'm like, what could they possibly be offering me? I don't know.
I just grabbed my phone not to just scroll.
Ryan's bored of this conversation. Instagram, boo.
No, I wanted to see because I had heard a lot of people, I had seen multiple people post screenshots of their notification tab.
Yes.
And keep getting notifications about like this person is offering subscriptions. This person is offering.
Yes.
And I just went and I scrolled and someone new was offering a subscription. So people are definitely trying it, and Instagram is showing up in your notifications telling you about it.
Absolutely. Another thing that has been offered, I'm not sure if it's only in the US, the subscriptions, but probably, and maybe a few countries.
No, the person I just saw is in Canada.
Oh, okay, great. As Canadians, we have always been late to Instagram's new features because they still don't have Reels bonus, which is something that is, not in Canada. So you can't monetize your Reels. But in the US, we have had the opportunity to use Reels bonus. And here's the truth. Reels bonus is when you get paid for views, kind of like YouTube. However, the breakdown is nothing like YouTube. The breakdown is you get paid for views, and they even say something like your first ones might be worth more, and then it goes down. You get 30 days to complete a certain amount of views, and you get paid accordingly, and there's like a max bonus. So when we first started this, our max bonus for an account with 27,000 followers on Instagram, Iggy Adelaide. The first offering we were given was, and we didn't get this money, but $8,500 if we were to get like 83 million views. We have never gotten 83 million views, even collectively with our whole amount of time. I don't think so, because our biggest video had maybe 2.1 million views, and another video 2.1 million views, 2.2 million views. But that's over the last few years. I just don't see us ever getting 83 million, especially in a month. And so what did we earn from that month? $115. And, we get good views sometimes and sometimes, not. But we do produce a lot of content there. We do post just about every day. So that's interesting. And so we did that for a few months. And then this month we got a notice, hey, there's a new Reels bonus. This is for you updated. Okay, here we go. You can make in 30 days, $35,000 in 30 days if you get 380 million views in 30 days. Instagram. Why did you think that we could do that when we got only $100 out of the 8,500? What made you think we were ready to move on to the next step? $35,000 for 380 million? It's just so unattainable, and it's so unrealistic. And it is another example of how Instagram is so out of touch with their audience and what people are doing on their app. And that's why you're not being relevant anymore. You're not in tune with your audience. I don't know. I was excited to join the TikTok live subscription because I thought maybe people would be interested, because lives are a really big thing I do. I love TikTok lives. Clearly I'm on one right now. But with that, they didn't give me some unrealistic goal. It was like, do what you can. And
right, the first goal that they said.
Yeah, was get 1 subscriber if you want.
Yeah. Something attainable.
I said, okay, 1 out of 1. Now I, shot for the moon. I said, let's get 10 subscribers. And we got 10 subscribers in the first live. It just blew me away. And it's because I feel that from my audience, and I feel that people are interested. People want to, continue to do these lives, and it's fun. And if it's not fun anymore, then I'm listening to you and I want to change it, and I want to, do what you want from me. And I just feel like Instagram as a company is so out of touch with those things. So I'm still posting on Instagram because I have to. Honestly, again, some businesses are on Instagram. We have to continue to post there. We work together, Iggy Adelaide, Doggy Bathroom, Bar 3 West Village. I help out with social media as well at Bar 3 West Village. So I am having to be in tune with what's going on with Instagram. And I understand that a lot of our friends and family are on Instagram, just age group wise. A lot of people are resistant to TikTok as well. And that's fine. Not that there's an age limit or age requirement. I just find that once people fall in love with one app, even if that app's not relevant anymore to younger people or people start leaving it, if you really formed your identity around that app and you enjoy it, people stick with it. Like Facebook. There are still lots of people who still use Facebook. I do not. I have moved on, but a lot of people still enjoy it. So who am I to say what you enjoy? Any other thoughts about Instagram? Reels bonus, subscriptions. Ooh, speaking about lives, something that happened on Instagram is they removed the IGTV whole thing and they've just folded it into Reels. This is a problem for me. Some of my videos were like landscape and now it's, I don't know, the formatting got messed up. Some of them were me teaching yoga and now they're like so tiny. But another thing is that TikTok does not have the ability to save lives. And this is what we were chatting about on my TikTok live earlier, saying I wish we could do a replay of Jess's TikTok lives.
Right. You can save it. You can download it.
I can personally.
But you can't post it as something that people can watch.
On TikTok. Whereas that has always been a function of IGTV Live on Instagram. So I liked that about Instagram. But now it's being folded into Reels as well. So I'm kind of confused about that, but I don't know. That's one thing about Instagram that is different from TikTok that I wish we did have the ability to add. Any other thoughts about Instagram, Ryan?
They have done a lot to try and push shopping.
Yes.
But I've never bought anything through that. I find it interesting. Again, you were saying that we have recently been getting a lot of posts from furniture companies.
Oh my God, yes.
And I feel like they do it really well, that they have like artsy photos and then you can tag the couch in that photo.
Yes.
But a lot of it is actual garbage. There's like, here's a like picture of a car. I'm going to tag a fidget spinner that you can buy as an like
That's just spam at that point.
I know, but like the fact that you can use this feature for spam means that it's not a well-developed feature.
Oh, absolutely. No, I totally agree with that. Also, I think Instagram's the worst for bots. That we have like so many programmed things like you can earn this money. You
Makes
can do
me not
this.
want to tag the location because we're in New York City.
Oh yeah, we get tons of people every time I post. There is a function on Instagram where you can automatically block a certain combo of words. So if someone says like DM for, you can automatically block it and then it won't show up. So we can look into that. There is a way to do that. But the fact that there is a way to do that means that there's a system in place for garbage like this. So again, that's annoying that there's garbage like this. Some of it has made its way to TikTok as well. Again, but yeah, that is something as well. Instagram, I had an idea about TikTok, something I wish TikTok had. Ooh, Instagram does a really good job of DMs. So I really like that on DMs, you can do a voice memo. I wish it would go longer than a minute, but that's fine. On DMs in Instagram, you can also post a photo. So I wish so much that TikTok had this function because a lot of the time I will chat with someone in TikTok, realize I can't send them a screenshot of something, and then say, okay, meet me on Instagram. I hate to have to do that. I do not want to have to do that. If TikTok could have that function, I might not DM on Instagram as much.
Right. I wish they would make it an option in the way that they have made only people that I follow can message me.
Right.
Right. It's like you can turn that on and off. Why can you not be able to send me photos on and off?
Right. You are able to share videos now. So that's a cool thing. And maybe they're practicing it. Maybe they're trying.
Links to TikTok videos.
Links to TikTok videos.
You can't share something from your camera roll.
No.
Yeah.
But that's what I hope. That's my hope for TikTok. That is something from Instagram that I think would really honestly move me over to TikTok much more. But yeah, Instagram. Boo, not my favorite, but I still have to be on it and I still am on it. And I still have made some really great connections with friends who are on Instagram. I will say that my best connections, however, are not Instagram first anymore because I'm not Instagram first anymore. But the friends that I made on Instagram like a couple years ago, those are my people. And as we move away from Instagram, I'm finding those people on TikTok. Like those are my people now. So not saying you can't reach out to me on Instagram and we can't become friends, but I do feel like there was a time and those people are still my friends, but now I've moved on and those friends may or may not come with me, but they'll still be my friends.
I don't know if we have time to go through the questions that we have.
Oh, we have so many questions. You're right.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to talk about, we have Be Real is an app that we've been on now more. But I don't know if we can get into that as well.
Yeah. I don't have that much to say about it because it's not.
My biggest thing about Be Real is I'm enjoying it, but I don't know what the future of that app is. I don't know if it's going to be anything more than the craze over Wordle, that it's like a daily activity. But I still do Wordle every day. So I'm still doing Be Real. We'll see how it goes. But it kind of feels like, yeah, I've lost momentum or steam on Be Real. I'm still happy to post it, but I don't know how culturally relevant it's going to be in the future. It might not be around for that. I don't know. Unless they do something crazy and they really amp it up.
Twitter was purchased. It went through.
That's news.
So there are changes proposed. There are changes happening. But the one that we wanted to talk about is that there's a rumor that they might resurrect Vine.
Whoa. What would that do for TikTok? What on earth would that do for TikTok if Vine existed again?
Right. So Vine I will say Vine's existence led into Instagram being able to post videos, which I think inspired TikTok in some way.
And then TikTok became the king.
Yeah.
And then Instagram went, ooh, Reels.
And from what I know, they shut down Vine because basically people moved over to Instagram and they kind of rolled their video technology into Twitter because they were purchased by Twitter. But I can totally see the value of that brand name, Vine, and either it being Twitter's competitor to Reels.
Right.
Or Vine being an app for itself.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer Vine. Sorry. I think I'd prefer Vine to be its own app because I'm just not really emotionally attached to Twitter at all. It kind of confuses me. I'm just not a user of Twitter. So when I see Twitter, and when Ryan and we had a discussion about this, I said, isn't Twitter just like Facebook statuses from 2007? Or maybe not 2007, but 2012 Facebook statuses where you could write something and then people would react to it and people would write or people might comment below and then there's a thread and it's just things like people speaking their mind about the world and their opinions, and it's kind of boring after a while. And then Ryan said, like, no, it's so much more. And he explained all these things. And then I logged into my Twitter account that I started in 2014. And I looked at all of the people, I guess, that I followed and people that I still had on there. And it literally was like Facebook in 2012, like statuses. That is what it is. But it's because I'm not so involved. So just surface level, to me, it's just Facebook statuses and I'm over that.
So they were talking about it on a podcast that I listened to, talking about what happens if this Twitter purchase means Twitter goes down the drain and it's not a nice place to be anymore.
Right.
And they said
that's a possibility.
Well, yeah.
Strong possibility.
But they said it's not going to change that much for the general person unless you are really into tech or sports or politics.
Tech, sports, politics. You are into tech.
Yeah.
Ryan loves tech.
So like basically everything that I follow, it's true, on there is about technology. And there are really good ways
and also just general news.
Yeah.
Like politics, but like general news.
Yeah.
You're always fast to pick up on things like, ooh, this is trending. What's happening? Why is this person trending? Oh my God, look at the news.
So I think there's two things about Twitter that make it different from everything else. Mm-hmm. One is the focus on links, because I feel like all the other things that we have talked about are really about creating content to like draw you in and keep you.
Yes.
And Twitter is about like, here's something you'll find interesting and then you come back, and here's something else you'll find interesting.
Kind of like Pinterest.
Yes.
where they send you somewhere else.
but trust that you'll come back.
Yes. Interesting.
And then the other thing is that an individual tweet has much less weight
Yeah.
than a TikTok video or an Instagram post or a YouTube video.
Like a Facebook status?
Yes. And your value is in the collection of these things and not
Yes.
I'm going to make one thing that's going to go crazy.
Maybe like more like a curation as well. Mm-hmm. Like Twitter curates. Like you're choosing things to retweet or you are making tweet-worthy things
Yeah.
and it's all to be in a collection.
Yeah, and it's like because it is so text focused, on Instagram you have posts and then you have comments, but on Twitter those two things are more similar.
Interesting.
Like a reply
Right.
is still a tweet.
Yeah.
Like a comment is a reply. So
Interesting.
you can comment on something much more easily because you would not make an Instagram post or a TikTok video,
Right.
most likely replying to something, but you would comment on it, and within the Twitter ecosystem, commenting on it equals tweeting it because then Twitter sometimes shows something you have commented on, like with your comment in context. And I feel like there is a lot more ways for you to connect with people like that. Like a lot happens in the comments of posts, but it doesn't have to be exactly tied to a post to be able to connect with people.
Cool. I'm going to cut you off right there. Our battery is going to die on the camera. What?
Yes.
This is such a long episode and we haven't answered anyone's questions.
I think we have to do next week answering questions.
Okay. Should we answer one question?
Nope.
No. Oh, I want to answer a question. Ryan won't let me.
Okay. What do you want?
Okay. I want to answer Jillian's question. 'Cause
Okay.
I prepared that for today.
Okay.
And then we can get to the other questions. But if this camera dies, Ryan's going to pull out his phone. So for now, also, I'm going to thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to be back for this podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on YouTube. Obviously, here, let me know, how do you watch your YouTube? Do you watch it on TV or on your phone? What's your opinion on YouTube Shorts? I want to hear from you because this is wild.
And
Maybe
if-
we'll do a community post too. Asking. We can ask on YouTube. We'll ask a community post saying, how do you watch your YouTube and do you like shorts? The camera died. Whoa, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so you're going to pull out your phone. I'm going to answer one.
Sure.
I'll answer one question. Jillian's question. The camera died. I wanted to answer a question because this is the podcast where I answer your questions about life, Lululemon, and love, self-love. And I didn't get to anyone's questions yet, but we're going to do a part 2 and we're going to answer more questions. But for today's question, this is from Jillian. And Ryan, can you read the question aloud?
What do you do when you aren't feeling inspired to post? Any tips and tricks to get out of a creative slump?
So, what do you do when you're not inspired to post? I think that a question about that is, what do you do when you're not inspired to post? Ask yourself, what are you doing right now? Because sometimes I'm not inspired to post if I feel like I'm maybe getting too much influence from people who are in my niche. If it's not inspiring to me and maybe it's feeling a little like burnout, if you're creating the same kind of content over and over and over again, I like to take a mirror and go, okay, if I'm not feeling inspired to post, why is that? Is it because if you're going through something personally, that's a great reason why you're not feeling inspired to post, because I feel like your posting is a reflection of how you feel in the moment, who you are as a person. And if you're just not up to posting, I totally understand that. And there's a way to sort of balance out your life to try and get better about posting consistently without burning yourself out. So I think, first of all, the question is, what do you do when you're not inspired? Maybe just ask, just try and have a little real moment with yourself. Why am I not inspired right now? Maybe I don't like what I'm doing right now. And for me, I'm just trying to think of what are questions I've asked myself in the past. And when I get in a slump like that, creative slump, I just like to, again, ask myself, what do I love to do? And if there's something I absolutely love talking about or love doing, how can I do it in a different way? So if I love going to the park, but I have a whole TikTok account about going to the park and it just feels super boring, how can I go to the park that's going to make it different? Could I use a feature of the platform differently? Could I go live? Could I do a duet? Could I do a stitch? Like, this is specifically talking about TikTok, but anything. If you're a YouTube creator and you make long form videos all the time, try a short. If you're an Instagram person and you've never gone live on your Instagram, try it. If you only make videos but you've never done a photo, do it. If you've never shown up in your stories, do it. Try something new just based on the platform. If content-wise you're not feeling inspired, again, maybe step outside your niche, find some inspiration from someone else. Do not copy. And this is what Emma Chamberlain was talking about in the podcast. Ryan and I listened to last night. We didn't finish it all, and I want to finish it before we get to this next episode of our podcast. But she was talking about basically like things that she's not regretted, but her thoughts on how she has changed her mind on things. So she made a huge episode about how she thinks influencing's dead, creators are dead. However, it's, in my opinion, and she said other people gave her this feedback, it was kind of hypocritical because she's made her whole career, she's only 21, and her entire career as a creator has given her so many opportunities, and it's because she has been an influencer.
Dogs were fighting.
Oh, the dogs were fighting.
I thought a dog was choking, so I...
Oh, no. Good dog dadding. I have more sound protection than you do, so I didn't hear that. I was like, why is he leaving so abruptly? But I'll keep going. But with this whole topic of content creation, what do you do if it feels stale? Are influencers still relevant? All of these things. At the end of the day, find the inspiration from yourself. And if you feel like what you're being surrounded by isn't inspiring you as well, again, like, don't copy anyone else, but look outside your niche, look into your everyday life. And maybe that's going to a museum. Maybe that's trying something new, doing a new activity, doing something that makes you uncomfortable, but not in a bad way, just a little bit uncomfortable, that's still something within your abilities and capabilities. Try something that makes you uncomfortable a little bit and see how you feel about it in your life. I just feel like social media is an extension of our lives. And while you don't have to give over everything, you don't have to be vulnerable all the time, you don't have to give away your secrets all the time, what is something you can share about your life that if you're not feeling inspired, what's new in your life? Make it fun. I think a lot of people talk about how they don't daily vlog because they feel like their lives aren't exciting. What is it about you that's exciting? Because you can do anything. You can make cereal, you can pour coffee, you can go to the store, you can do an activity. It's exciting because it's you. And if someone wants to know about you, doing a vlog is a great way to get to know someone new. Take me along with your day, but tell me a little bit about yourself. And it's a way to show your personality, show your interests, and find like-minded people. And I think that that's another huge thing about social media. You're finding your squad, your crew, your people. And by creating content, that's a way to reach them. And if people enjoy it and enjoy similar things, then, you know, that's a way for them to connect to you. And then it just branches from there. So if you're looking for inspiration, those are like the deep things that I look into, and I probably could go and make a whole episode about this. So I'm going to stop talking for now. But the other thing is, if you're just looking for inspiration for creative things, there are lots of creators out there that I get inspired by, huge creators that will do new editing techniques, or they will do new concepts or new audios, and maybe creating your own audio or new editing technique. Like, get out of your head, try something different, and don't be afraid to fail. Because even if it is a fail, it's a flop, and you're afraid like, oh, it's not going to get views, don't worry about that. Do something that makes you feel good. And if you liked it and you feel like it's a work of art and it's your work of art, I love that. And it doesn't matter about the views. Do it for the joy of it. Have fun with it. And that might spark something new. For example, we're doing outfits of the day. How long have we been doing outfits of the day? We did Dress Like Jess. We did themes for holidays, food, all of these things. Last week, we based it on Starbucks drinks. This week, we based it on the mini brands. Who knows what we're going to do next week? But I love to think outside the box. And if you feel like you've done a million outfit of the day videos, how can you make yours different? How can you make yours you? And that's my biggest advice. Find the inspiration from yourself and get out of your head, get out of your niche, do other things. What do you think, Ryan?
I love all of that. The only thing that I will add to it is if you're really stuck on what to post, try and think of the smallest thing that you could post. So whether you're used to posting videos and you post a photo, or you post a story that is literally just recorded in the app that doesn't require any editing or post-processing, I think there is a lot of Peter McKinnon, who's a YouTuber that I follow, talked about.
And photographer.
Photographer, yeah. That he has simplified his backpack so that there are fewer steps for him to start recording. So he, I think, leaves his, set up his bag now that he can have the microphone on the camera on the tripod, and he can just grab it and go and not have to take even the 45 seconds it would take to attach those things together, because that's an extra barrier. So
Yes.
What can you do that you can not give yourself any way to get out of, and start doing it quickly and make it easy to get out? Because once you have something out, working on something inspires you, and also you might get comments on something, you might get realize
Inspiration
you could have done
from that, feedback.
Yeah.
Like this Emma Chamberlain episode that is basically her going back and reviewing the feedback that she got on certain controversial opinions that she has. I love that. And I think that whole point brings it back to what I said at the very beginning. Hold a little mirror up to yourself and ask yourself, why am I not inspired right now? Am I bored? Am I oversaturated? Am I burnt out? Am I just excited to post, but you don't know what? I feel like that's a lot of people too. They're like, I want to post something today. I have no idea what to post. Your tip is great. Choose something small. I love to have stock footage on my phone. That's my number one content creation tip. Have stock footage. If you're out going to grab a coffee, film yourself getting a coffee. And then the next time you find an amazing audio, boom, it's there. It could be an audio about, I don't know, Gilmore Girls and loving coffee. Or it could be an audio about how you drink all of your water in a day through coffee, which is not a good tip, but who knows? I'm just coming up with it on the spot. But I agree. Having something small, lowest barrier to entry kind of thing can help you get over those creative slumps and to find inspiration. Yes, you can look all outside yourself. You can look inwards as well. But at the end of the day, you got to click go on a recording. So what's it going to be? Make it small, make it doable, make it you. Well, I think that's it.
We'll see you next week on part 2 of this discussion where we actually answer the questions.
Absolutely. Jess will answer your questions and Ryan will answer them as well. See you next time.